We back. Excuse the lawnmower if you hear it in the background. Someone's like mowing their lawn right now. It's whatever though. I think I inspire people, to be honest. I think my video 2 days ago inspired some people in France to go crazy and pull off a heist. Because as you know, I posted a video 2 days ago talking about how to make money in 2025. And oddly enough, I didn't add heist too, but low key, I should have added that. You know what I mean? Because right now we had like probably one of the biggest heists of this year. Probably decade, I think. I gotta double check that, but I think probably decade or so. Because we have four guys rob the Louvre. It's some French place out in France. It's like this famous museum. And these four guys robbed them pretty well, actually. You know, it was kind of sloppily done, but they still robbed them. And they didn't drop an estimated value, but they're saying like these things are like priceless. Like they stole freaking some necklaces, earrings, a couple crowns, too. Like a lot of priceless artifacts throughout history, you know, renowned for France. Now they're just gone. And authorities are like trying to find these guys fast because apparently, you know, they can't steal these items. Like, obviously you can't steal these items because like they're just so high value and well known. Like you can't just go online and just sell them, you know what I mean? So they have to, these jewel thieves, these heisters, if you will, they have to dismantle these pieces and then sell off like the jewels and whatnot, because like there's like diamond encrusted necklaces, crowns. They have like gems. I think what is it, sapphires, emeralds and whatnot. So like those are worth a pretty penny as well. So if you dismantle all these pieces, you can make like a couple million off these pieces and whatnot. Now, granted, they did drop like a crown. I heard, like I think it was like the crown of somebody. I'll post the name and whatnot. And that was worth like, they said like estimate like worth like around 20 to 60 million, I think. But it was damaged. So like these thieves are kind of sloppy. But like their execution was pretty good. So going into the execution, right? So what happened was they were dressed up as construction workers. There was like 4 of them in total. Came in on motorcycles, dressed up as construction workers. Had like this painting ladder. And so what they did was they entered through a window using like the ladder. Used like some angle grinders to like cut the glass, break in, threatened guards with like the angle grinders and whatnot, broke the glasses, broke the cases containing the jewels and whatnot, took that, tried to burn the ladder to like destroy evidence, I guess. That failed. They then ran off on the little scooters, and now the police are like trying to look for them. And they're saying they have like at least a week to find before like, you know, they're just gone forever. So hopefully they get their stuff back, but I feel like it might not happen. Like this heist was pretty swift and efficient because like it took them less than 10 minutes to do all this. Like they were in and out. Like they were very efficient. It happened like at what, 9:30 a.m. They ended up leaving like around like 9:40, 9:38, I think it is. So they were just quick with it. They were in and out, and they said they could have got even more if they, you know, got greedy. There was like this diamond, like this very expensive diamond, like down the hall. They said, and the Mona Lisa was pretty close by too. They didn't touch that, so I guess, you know, they kind of knew what they were going for. Got that stuff and head out. And, like, looking at their plan, it was pretty solid, to be honest. Because all the jewels they had, again, they're like, diamond crusted. Like, there's a bunch of diamonds on the jewels. And got emeralds and sapphires and whatnot. So, like, there's already a bunch of diamonds right there. And, like, that is worth a pretty penny. So, I feel like their plan was, like, let's see all these things covered in diamonds and jewels. Dismantle it. See, on the black market, that's easy money, because it's going to be kind of hard to like resell the Mona Lisa, or I think that it was like a very giant diamond. Like again, that's worth millions, but again, like it's pretty obvious to anyone. Like, okay, if you have like eyes, like okay, this is a pretty famous diamond. I know you guys are thieves. Let me just call the authorities. You know what I mean? So them just taking pieces that are like covered in diamonds and jewels makes the most sense. But yeah, all in all, just an insane heist. And like I said, in 2025. There are ways to make money. I think they add a new way to the method. If you guys want to check out that video, how you guys can also make money too, I'll put that in the link below so y'all can take some notes as well. Because I give some good advice too. But with this heist, for sure, they did pretty well. Execution was good. I feel like their getaway strategy was a bit sloppy. Because, like, again, you dropped a whole crown. So that was pretty embarrassing. And then you didn't have time enough to burn the ladder as well. I feel like, you know, their entry was good. Execution of some of this stuff was excellent, but I feel like the exit is where they kind of foamed just a little bit. I think they got a little bit excited or a bit nervous. They got the jitters, I would say. It's like dropping one of your not prize, but yeah, one of the objectives while on the run. That's not good. You need more secure bags and whatnot. But they made, no, that dropped 2 items, I think. They dropped 2 items. They dropped the crown and something else. So out of 8 items that got stolen, 2 they left behind. So pretty bad, but overall though, so like you got 6 out of 10, 6 out of 8, still decent. They're gonna still make a couple million for sure. But man, they could have, if they locked in for sure, because I think that crown had like a couple thousand diamonds on it. Like I think they said 2,000. Maybe I'm just lying, I don't know. But it was a lot of diamonds on that crown. So they could have made like a pretty penny for that by itself. Yeah, because the authorities said that that crown is worth like at least 60 million or 6 million euros. I don't know what translation, or not translation, but the conversion rate. I'll put that on the screen if need be. But it was worth like 60 million euros, the crown itself in diamonds. So like that would have been pretty petty by itself. You know what I mean? Y'all dropping that, pretty embarrassing. But this was probably like their first heist, and for a first heist, not that bad. And apparently this place got robbed before 100 years ago with the Mona Lisa. So like that's pretty embarrassing. Like, this is like the second time it got robbed. And like, they were talking about earlier too, like they need more security anyway. Like the people working there were talking about adding more security regardless, because like the security there is pretty lax. So, and this kind of proves the point, like, hey, security is pretty lax these art museums, because no one thinks you're gonna rob the art museum. It's pretty obvious. So I think that's why the security is so lax. So again, another method, if you want to start robbing museums and whatnot, which I don't condone, but if you want to make a bag, mob museums for their diamonds and jewels, that could be a method. There's a lot of art institutes out there. I feel like for sure the jewel method, diamond method might be the way if you want to make millions in 2025. You know what I mean? But again, gotta have a good plan, good heist way. I feel like entry and exit is the most important part. I feel like once you get those two locked down, everything in the middle is kind of easy. I think on paper it should be. I feel like find a way to infiltrate the building in a nice, secure manner that's secretive, that makes sense. Good. I feel like they had that down pat to, like, I was talking to this with my friend a while back, but I feel like wearing like a construction vest and a hard hat with a clipboard, you get anywhere in life. You know what I mean? You could like infiltrate any place. You look like you have authority and whatnot. People don't question you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, he's here for some type of job. And especially them having like that ladder too. No one's going to question that. You know what I mean? So their initial plan to enter was fantastic. And even though using like their end grinders, like their guards too, good, because like you're not using guns. That's not too scary. Just no one's going to actually die. But like end grinders, that's kind of scary. That's like a chainsaw, whatever. People are going to back away. You break the glass, exit out. Just the exit strategy had to be on point. I feel like that was kind of sloppily done because you're dropping stuff, but at the same time, you got away and authorities are still looking for you. So it kind of worked out. I feel like overall this is like we'll say like a B heist, maybe B plus, because they got away with it. They just had to clean up like the loose ends at the end. You know what I mean? But yeah, overall that's it for the video. Kind of funny again how I dropped a video how to make money and whatnot, and then they do this like 2 days later. So I don't want to claim my influence, but like maybe they watch my video that inspired them to do something even crazier. Who's to say? But yeah, that's just a fun story. I thought it was pretty interesting to see like a heist. Like we barely see heists anymore. Like I don't remember like the last heist off dome, to be honest. So like that's just how long it's been since we had like a newsworthy heist that made national news, so that's cool just to talk about. This is history right here. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And until next time, you guys take it easy. All right.